Hey everyone, this is Josiah again, Josiah and David coming back at you on launch day for Heirs of Eden, David's new book on pursuing your dreams, your holy dreams from God. Just a reminder, Invite Resources is the publisher of the book, and so I'm coming on live here with David as the marketing manager for Invite Resources, and just given a space for David to talk about the book and talk with his friends about a few things uh, related to the book. So, David, take it away.
Oh, thanks, man. It's been really fun. Thanks everybody for all your sharing and posting and everything that you've done, and that's just really meaningful. I appreciate it so much, and I know a lot of you guys are posting reviews to Amazon. That helps a ton. If you buy your book on Amazon, then your review will show up right away. If you bought it on Invite or somewhere else, then it takes a couple days for your review to get approved. But thank you. It's a very exciting day. I actually went and got my nose re-pierced since our last thing, and I have blood all in my beard. Look at this. I don't know if you can appreciate this, but the only thing they had was like a railway spike, like a little death metal spike. So I have blood in
Wow.
my beard. Yeah, I know. That seems pretty hardcore, right?
Absolutely.
I didn't intend to do anything hardcore today. I just mostly thought I'd be making. There's like dried blood, and then
Yeah, I can
yeah,
see. That's
the
crazy.
heavy metal book. Anyway, it's the heavy metal book launch today. And I'm super excited because my former co-pastor and the world's greatest friend, John Bowles, is here with us today. So hey Javo, come on in, man. And yeah, that was like Aquaman.
Yeah.
That was an Aquaman.
Sorry, I was piercing my navel.
Yeah. Are you also a bloody mess? Is there blood in your navel hair to go along with the blood in my beard?
Yeah, we might want to change the topic. I don't know.
Well, I was going through the book, one of the proof copies, and in the introduction, I saw a phrase that originated with you. And so I thought, well, first and foremost, let me provide an attribution that is not in the book. But years ago, Javo and his buddy Michael Hill put together something called Pop Novella, and they were short films for use in Bible studies, church services, really provocative little films. And you called them 5-minute thought grenades. And I was reading the introduction of Heirs of Eden, and I said something thought grenades, and I thought, ooh, snap! I better let John know that was unintentional, and give you credit for it. You're gonna get more people are gonna know that that's your phrase because of this video than are gonna ever know from a book.
Hey man, add a word, get a third. That's the rule in Nashville.
Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. I'll pay you in blood. I have lots.
Okay.
More blood than profit, that's for sure. So.
It's all right. We've shared a lot of blood over the years. So.
Oh, no kidding, man. Well, thanks for taking time to do this. I really appreciate it. And you bought the book right before the free shipping thing came out, right?
I did. I was especially happy about that, as you well know, after you received the text I sent you.
Yeah. That's it. It was at least a mostly PG rated text, which I was sad by, but also appreciated.
Yes, I did buy it because I'm excited. I'm excited about everything you create.
Well, Josiah, when I first went to the church in Michigan where I pastored for 17 years, I'd never met anybody who outpaced me creatively. I just always was. I mean, I like to push myself, and I enjoy coming up with new ideas and then manifesting those ideas. And then when I met John Bowles, I was like, well, son of a gun. Now I'm the silver medal idea manifester. So I always loved you and respected you, man, for your ability to do that. And really, I think a lot of the content in Heirs of Eden is it's really stuff that we cultivated together. This belief that people can do more and that they can be more, that they don't have to settle. They don't have to just sort of, be fine and do what everyone else is doing. That those dreams that we have in our heart are placed there by God for God's glory.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it was certainly was one of my favorite seasons of life, working alongside of you. Because it was very much a Wonder Twin Powers activate kind of atmosphere. Formal changed the world, and we actually believed we could do it, and still believe. Even even when people and situations and the world, smacks you around, tries to beat that out of you,
Yeah.
you still believe, because you have these little wins along the way,
Yeah.
these little glimpses of hope. And then you can stand back over a period of time and go, oh, actually, we did make a difference. I mean, that decade was huge that we
Yeah.
spent together.
Yeah, they're like little Goldilocks breadcrumbs of hope that over time you realize they don't come as often as you wish, but over time you realize God is leading you through those. And actually, when I resigned my commission at Westwinds, I wrote a letter to my successor, who I didn't know who that was at the time, but now Corey. And in the letter I said to him, I said, if you ever want to know about the cost of leading a creative ministry, I would love to have that conversation with you, because the thing that nobody will tell you about innovation, creativity, and change is that it is punishing. It's punishing when you believe that the creator God makes us to create alongside God in creation. What you're saying yes to is an incredible amount of blood, sweat, and tears, an incredible amount of accusation, rumor, slander, an incredible amount of misunderstanding, frustration, and pain, of opposition and adversity. And I mean, you and I sat for so many times together and would make jokes about, driving our Jeeps into trees or hanging ourselves from ceiling fans, because we just could not believe how many otherwise good and godly people were dead set against us. And there's nothing more maddening and frustrating than giving your whole everything to serving God and being pleasing to God, and then having Christian people turn around and call you bad names. I mean, that's so heartbreaking. But like you say, even with all that heartbreak that Jesus himself, of course, experienced, when you look back with a little space, you go, man, it's worth it. It's worth it. If the alternative is to live like, beige carpet, or to live with passion and adventure and a little bit of blood in your beard every now and then,
Yeah.
then it's by the blood we're saved.
Well, it's true, and oftentimes it would be frustrating to look around and say, "Oh, you know what? Actually, you can build incredibly huge, financially successful churches
Yeah.
by being boring,
Yeah. By being safe.
by being safe, by doing nothing, by status quo." And so it is frustrating when you're in the trenches and saying you make a difference. Not that boring churches don't make differences
Right.
along the way somewhere, but I mean, yeah, it would be incredibly frustrating to
Yeah.
say that this is actually, sometimes people gravitate towards this, and
Yeah.
while you're getting new scabs.
But I think that's the thing that really the book gets at, and that's the thing that I think is so core to my life, certainly to our friendship, to you, is to say, look, like it's fine if you don't want to do anything. It's fine if you don't want to kick against the curb or rail against the cages or scream with fury or noble holy ambition. But I don't actually know anybody that doesn't have this holy fire inside them begging to come out. It's just most of us settle. And sort of the prevailing church wisdom is, just calm down, you're fine, be content, relax. And there's got to be somebody with a prophetic voice, like Jesus, like John the Baptist, like Elijah, like Jeremiah, Ezekiel, like the heroes in the Bible that says, no, you were made for more than this. Don't settle, don't stop, but rage against the dying of the light, because it matters. Jesus didn't come and sing a nice mezzo forte church song. He died on a cross. Like he gave it everything, and he's our hero, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody told me once upon a time that at the end of your life, you're going to say one of two things. You're going to say, I'm glad I did, or I wish I had. And
Yeah.
that stuck with me.
Yeah.
I think about that almost every week, where I go, okay, all right, Lord, if this is the week, and sometimes, Lord, let this be the week.
Yeah, please, for the love of God. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
But no, I want to say I'm glad I did.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I want to be able to get the end and go, I'm glad I was. Like when I look back, whatever scars I have, I want to be able to compare them with you. and compare them with the wounds in Jesus' side and go, yeah, man, we paid a price, but because we were believers that there's something better being promised than what we got. There's a better version of the church. There's a better version of the kingdom in the here and now on earth as it is in heaven. There's better versions of people. There's better versions of friendship. There's better versions of love and holy eroticism and romance and music and beauty. Like there's something more. And of course, I think that's the clear gospel promise and the gist of the book, you know.
Yeah. Well, you have this little phrase that I've always loved, and it's become part of who I am now. People don't know that I got this from you, but when we're in those moments, when we have those moments, whatever they are, they could be having a good cup of coffee or sitting in a tea house or visiting a new city, and you are always quick to say, I'm so happy right now.
Yeah. Look at me. Look at me. I'm so happy right now.
Right now. And that's become that all the time. When you recognize those moments, those experiences, but especially I think the holy moments, you know, the moments that count and have ripples through eternity.
Yeah.
Then to be in there and just say, I'm so happy right now. This is exactly what I pictured, imagined.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if you ever try and swim across a lake, you know, Michigan's got tons of lakes, and a lot of them have sort of a uneven sea floor. You know, if you're going for a long swim and you think, oh, I'm about to die, like I don't have like the next thing that's going to happen is lungs full of water, and then your toes sort of catch on one of those little sand beds. All you need is just a breather, just a chance to look around and go, hey, I'm doing it. And I think that's those moments we get in ministry, those moments that we get as artists or as creatives, is we get these breathers where we go, oh, I'm doing it. Like God's working through me. The Spirit's using me. People are being touched. And because that's what we want, man. We want to be faithful and useful. We want to cooperate with God instead of getting in God's way. And those little tippy toe moments, you can go, oh, so happy I'm not dying right now.
Yeah. You need those tippy toe moments and one of those really cool one-piece black and white striped swimsuits that they wore once upon a time, because you better look good when you're dying.
I actually have one on right now. And when this is over, I'll show it to you. Yeah. We have a funny connection. Javo, John's nickname is Javo. John Voles, Jonathan Fred Frank Voles III, actually, because he looks like Jennifer Lopez. Well, he moves like Ben Affleck, but he looks like Jennifer Lopez. But the publisher at Invite, Len Wilson, was John's publisher for 2 books, right? Early on. Follow You, Follow Me, and not Broken Record. What was the other one that he published?
Quirky Leadership.
Quirky Leadership, which was a great book. Really encapsulated a lot of the things that we put into practice when we were doing ministry together. So it feels like it's a funny, small little world of friendships. Yeah. So
Len's a good guy. Yeah, he contacted. We were running Twitter experiences and experiments at West Winds when Twitter was brand new, and he called me and he said, every time I Google social media and church at the same time, your name keeps popping up. So tell me what you're doing, which was super fun. And then he was in Nashville at the time, and we met up, and 2 books.
I still think, a lot of people remember the Time magazine article when we were at West Winds about tweeting in church with the pastor's permission or Twitter church. And that was your idea. One of the great acts of Christian humility was that John had really incubated this whole idea of Twitter church. I was really late to the party. I was like, I don't know, man, this is kind of gimmicky. I'm not really into it. But John was such a believer of bringing the gospel into the language of the culture. And so we started doing all this live tweeting stuff. And then the only day Time magazine could come, which was for John's project, John's thing that he carried the whole time. He was out of town. And so then I get my big stupid picture in this magazine and, a quote or something, but it was really Javo's work. And it always stuck out to me. I always appreciate that. Nobody else got to see those moments of incredible godliness in you like I did. I had such a front row seat to your humility and your grace and your mercy. And I miss you, man. I love you. Yeah,
I love you too. But I mean, one of the things that you're so good at articulating in this book and always, I think, though, Dave, is that if you're going to be a change agent, if you're going to dream big, if you're going to do these big things, you have to get used to the moments when you're not getting the glory, the pats
Yeah.
on the back. Nobody's ever going to know the full story of all the blood, sweat, and tears and everything you put into it. Nobody's going to know the fights you had, the meetings where you vetted potential. Who's going to hate me if I do this thing, and how am I going to answer? Nobody knows those stories.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. I was thinking about something Rick Warren once told me. He said, David, when you're a leader, you never get to tell your side of the story. And it's so true, man. You just, in 27 years of being a pastor, how many times has something gone bad behind the scenes? And what everybody out there knows is whatever the person who did the bad thing chooses to say.
Yeah.
Because we hold all those secrets, and we just sit there and go, for the sake of the church and the sake of the gospel, I'm not going to tell tales. Even when other people are telling, things that are less than true. But yeah, I learned so much about that. Yeah. And we had such a great friendship because we could bear one another's burdens and scream and cuss. And I mean, not really cussing, but, like Christian cuss, give each other
the dove.
Yeah. All right, one question, and then this will be it. We'll turn it back to Josiah and let you go because I know time is tight, man. I appreciate you doing this. But for those who have never sat under my teaching, never heard my 2 cents about Christian spirituality, have never read anything from me, what is the thing they should look forward to? Like, if you're going to sell this book to somebody, what are you going to tell them?
Well, I mean, it's easy to sell it to my friends because, people like to watch something burn. And I always like to talk about you. And you've always been a proponent of people dreaming and taking risks. But the thing I love about you, David, and your writing is that you're smarty pants. You're the smartest person I know. You really are. And I always find it amazing how I can read something that you've put together in 20 minutes that would take me 10 years. This book took you longer. But it's chock full of important information. It's deep. You've done a lot of hard work.
Oh, thanks.
And then you take all that hard work and you regurgitate it in a way where I come away way smarter, but I also had so much fun.
Yeah.
It was enlightening. It was life-giving. And so that's what I love about this book and everything you do. And that's what people should look forward to. You're going to come away smarter. You're going to come away with more energy. You're going to come away with new vision, with new dreams, with new permission. And it's going to be fun the whole time. You're not even going to know what's happening to you.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, dude. I love you, man. I really appreciate it.
I love you too. Yeah. I love you, and I'm proud of you.
Thanks, brother. Miss you.
All right.
All right, Josiah. And thanks, Jabo.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was awesome to just hear from John and all the amazing things he has to say about the book and about David. And I mean, what a great review! I think if you're listening and you haven't gotten your copy yet, and you hear that, I can't imagine how that couldn't make you want to go get your copy right now. So yeah, so if you want to grab your copy, you can. There's a link in the description of this live stream as well as in the comments, and it is available today. It is launch day. Here's the cover.
Yeah,
like David was saying earlier on our last live stream, this image does not even do it justice. You got to see this thing in person. It is a beautiful, beautiful book.
So cool. So cool. You guys, it was such a gift that you gave. Yeah. And again, I'm going to keep saying it because my Canadian friends keep texting me. Yes, you can get it on Amazon.ca. It's not yet available in the South African Amazon. We're working on it here. Keep the faith, brother. Stefan, Dries, we'll get you there. But at least you can get it in Canada, in the People's Republic of the North. So.
Absolutely. All right, so we will be back on at 4:00 for another live stream with another one of David's friends, and I hope you guys will join us. See you in a bit.
Love you, dude. See ya.